So you are coming out of this shrouded place, and you are beginning to understand you have to be able to see each other in the eye. You have to be able to see the windows of the heart coming through the sight of another. Not to be afraid, not to feel you're not enough. Sometimes I see humans not looking at another because they feel so unworthy. And intimacy is so hard, but your heart connection is what will bring you out of this separation phase that the earth has been in for so long. When you connect with another, think of it this way: your heart consciousness is moving out beyond the shroud to another human. You have to start with the humans. How are you going to connect with a mantis being if you cannot look at a human? Humans often say, Zazar, why don't you all just come down and have a party? Well, we're not going to have a party unless you come up, because we're not coming down here yet when you can't even dance with another human. It is time to open up this corridor, because I'm going to tell you something. With your heart as the lead, to open up this corridor to another human, you'll begin to trust your heart can be the lead to open up to the cosmic humans, to open up to the universe jumps, to open up to the timeline jumps. Because all of this, you're going to say, I don't know what all this is, and your brain isn't going to know. The brain has kept you from even connecting to each other. And so your heart is a safe passageway goer. And so your heart begins to, because when you are in the heart's higher vibrations, what happens as you begin to steer yourself out of this separation, you begin to be able to use the vibrations of the high heart, love, joy, compassion, peace, unity, to guide you. And that guides the vehicle of consciousness. I would not trust the human brain to guide you to too many places. You'll get in lots of trouble. That is why people who like to do the drugs to go to higher consciousness get in trouble. They're taking the brain to new lands, but the heart stays behind. And the heart is the only thing that knows how to guide you to the higher vibrational levels. You see? So it is the heart, when you can connect with each other, that begins to bloom up and move past the separation gauze that has been surrounding you, and connecting with each other and making this a unity place that is safe to be with each other. You cannot believe how human hearts, when in unity, move this beautiful template, this fabric, and it's big, and it moves through all your old diminishing programs that keep you all inside, believing that's what you are and having to have the brain figure out everything. I'm telling you what we are doing, the brain has no idea. The brain goes, what? What is this? What is that? We're doing a jump? What? A cosmic human? Who are they? I've never heard of them. Where have they been? Why don't they come and save us? Because you have to. How can you be saved when you can't even move out of your separation programs? And so I am just saying to you, as you extend your hearted channels to each other, you create a fabric that is so powerful. It can move out like a bulldozer, all those veils, and you can begin to what? Think of it this way. Your heart channel moves out beyond the gauze of separation, and what it does is brings back material that can dissolve many, many, many of the gauzes, and so you begin to open up many corridors. Some of you, I can see this, are like the sun. You have so many rays connecting to so many places. Some of you have so many rays connected to so many places, you get a little crazy. But other than that, you can use your heart to guide you, because the heart provides a high vibration that will only take you like a magnet to the high vibrational realities that you are going to go to. People say, how do I know if these journeys I go to some dark place? Because you will be led and held by the high vibrations of the heart. And how do you begin to know those? By loving and connecting and being intimate with each other and feeling the safety of such. And then you begin to trust your heart in the higher vibrations of unity, peace, joy, love, and you let that surround the vehicle of consciousness, and it begins moving out beyond these boundaries you've had for yourself, and you begin having corridors in which you can visit so many of the different dimensional realities, including allowing the cosmic humans, which we are going to do today, including doing a universe jump, which we are going to do tonight. I spilled the beans. and then you are open to this amazing DNA timeline jump, because your brain is not going to know what a timeline jump is, because the brain keeps track of what? Space and time. That is what it's made for. The timeline jumps go beyond that. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. You only have to feel the vibrations of the changes that happen within you, and your heart will guide you. And the high vibration of your heart in being in a loving service to each other will grow that expansive material that will guide you. And you won't be afraid to use your imagination, because your imagination, people say, oh, I made that up. And I always say, you're not evolved enough to co-create a brand new reality out of nowhere. That's for the higher dimensional beings. But what humans can do, and you have had this snuffed out as little children, don't imagine. It's a way to keep you in this very dense reality. So when we take these journeys for the rest of the week, you let your imagination move, because all imagination is a frequency of consciousness that takes you to a reality that exists. It just feels like it doesn't exist because you think you made it up. And humans, listen, I'm going to say this to you. There is phases to going through all of this new information and this new human realities. First, you're going to doubt. Then you move into consideration. Consideration. Okay, I will consider this. Many of you may still be in consideration. Then you move into absolute knowing. You absolutely know. And I suggest you all just move into knowing. What the heck? Why have to go through all that other? Just know this is all true. It is more true than you can possibly even imagine. Believe it, know it, let it be in the fiber of your being, and then you will get to the fourth phase with his great desire to just be the new humans. So my whole thing is let your heart, and then if your heart in that high vibrational vehicle takes you as a magnet to the high vibrational realities, first of all, you don't have to worry where you're going to end up. You're not going to end up in a universe that is crazy. It's just that the experience of doing universe jumps may feel a little different. Let your heart guide you. Let the other humans in the room, your connection within, make you feel safe. Know that what you are building as a fabric yesterday is already now in the room. A fabric of being able to travel in consciousness in the safety of the high heart vibrations. And if you can do that, what you are all doing is bringing in the new realities of the fifth dimension that will be the ground breaker of the new 12th bridge. You are bringing in these realities. There is nothing in your 3D realities that will ever solve the problems of your earth. It is these higher realities. Einstein, Tesla, Da Vinci, all of them were bringing in the high realities, these new realities. And it took, look at Galileo, 300 years for the human race to catch up to the new reality of the sun being in the middle of your solar system. You don't have 300 years, okay? You have today. You have more than today, but let's pretend you just have today. You're going to connect, right? You're going to open your heart, yes? You're going to use the high vibration to travel, yes? Woo, what do you think of this? I like this because I feel your energetics coming up to snuff. I think they are getting ready.
They're getting ready, yes. A little bit more is needed.
Yes.
Yes. Absolute full commitment to your own self. Absolute full commitment to your own self, your own journey, knowing that you are totally guided, not just by all these beautiful beings, but most importantly, perhaps by your own superconsciousness, your own higher self. You think you made a decision to come here. Whether you felt it or not, you were guided to be here. Whether this is very new for you, and you think, oh my goodness, what am I doing here? Your higher superconsciousness, the real you, wanted you to be here, wanted you to hear these words wherever you are hearing them. The superconscious you, the real you, that beautiful, vast intelligence that is the real you, wanted you to be part of this process now. This is not something that the mind can easily grasp. You are far more than this human. This body, as you know, is temporary, but your consciousness has chosen to be here now. It is not an accident that you were born into this lifetime when you were born into this lifetime. It was organized. Quite often, many generations ago, to prepare you to be here at this time of transition on the planet. Why? Because you have a key part to play. And most of us don't know what that key part is. And if you think you know what it is, let go of that thought. Because we are all still evolving into the new you. And allow the understanding be from the heart's knowingness. There's a difference between understanding and knowing. Move into the heart where you simply feel the rightness. And the beautiful thing is, when you start to operate from the heart, following those intuitive guidance which got you here, when you start functioning from the heart, the very biology of the brain changes to realign to the knowingness, the wisdom of the heart. The very biology of the brain starts to change. One of the things that you first notice is that time gets really screwy. That's a good sign. You start to forget things. You are not in this process of mental decline. You are in the process of a rearranging with the very neurons and the activity of the brain. If you bring worry and fear that slows the process. Beloved ones, this ascension process, as many of you like to call it, is very challenging to the old you. And whilst the old you still wants to figure things out, you are slowing your own process. Trust in your guidance, your intuition. That is the voice of your superconscious talking to you. Follow your intuition. Open the heart. As Zazar has already said, if you cannot even look somebody in the eye, how can you connect to the vastness that is waiting for us? So, you have heard about the galactic humans, most of you. Some of you have already experienced them. As you may know, your Milky Way has what the science calls spiral arms. And your solar system is towards the end of one of these spiral arms. And unbeknownst to humanity, at the other spiral arm, there is another planet very similar to your Earth. And on that planet there are humans just like you, seated at the same time. They have not gone through the downfall of consciousness that you have experienced here. They have allowed themselves to stay in their own light, stay in their greater selves. They have already reached that state of living in the fifth dimension, that which you call here enlightenment. They are aware of this earth. And very recently, they arrived in craft. Zazar announced but a few weeks ago, they are here. They are ready to support us. There are many, many star families here around our earth wanting to support, and that is wonderful. But they have had a different experience out there. Your humans, these cosmic humans, they vibrate in the same way as you do. They understand your emotions, your minds, for they are the same. And they have come to assist because humanity is ready. A few of humanity. And they are the ones hearing these words. They are going to come and join us, to support us, because they are the ones that vibrate in a similar way and can assist you in dissolving the old. So your natural energetics simply rises. When you let go of the baggage, you naturally rise, effortlessly. This is why we keep on saying to you, nothing to do. There's nothing to do. Because the very doing that you have been trained for lifetimes is what's holding you back. And that too is a little difficult for the mind to grasp initially. Feel.
These cosmic humans are so extraordinary because they show us who we are. They bypassed so much of what we've gone through. I cannot tell you when Zazar introduced me to these cosmic humans, the beauty I felt from pure hearts. Their hearts never let go of leading their way. And boy, to meet them, which you will, and to have them here now, they have just come into the earth's consciousness recently, waiting for us, waiting for us. And I love when I know that these other beings have taken our temperature and it seems to be in the right range for the vibrations of them to be felt by us. But when they come, what they give us is a trigger for our original blueprint that was always meant to be. We still hold that blueprint. And they come in with us and spark that blueprint and spark so many light codes, even DNA, that are being upgraded by the cosmic humans, because you might say they are in a perfected state of heart consciousness. Zazar just wants to say something. I want you to know that when any beings come in that you are working with, just something beautiful Alcazar said, they come into your ultra consciousness. It is important for you to realize that your sovereignty is never taken. That when you work with higher beings, they go through the port of your free will. And your super consciousness is manning that post. And when these vibrations come in, they are of such a high nature, your free will is always saying, open the gates. It is you that open the gates. It is important for you to know your sovereignty is what opens the gates. That is what you were saying about when you came here. You had direction, but your sovereignty, opened the gates for that direction, which makes you, in my mind, pretty darn marvelous. There are denser forces that can work without going through your sovereign ultra consciousness. But I want to tell you, these cosmic humans have already been at the gates of your sovereign free will, tugging with you. And those gates are already open. Did you know that? So I am just want to tell you, these cosmic humans are you. You might say they are you in the future. You might say they are the future humans on earth who have crossed the 12th bridge. And so when you meet them, know they have already crossed the 12th bridge, and they are bringing to you light codes to enable you to be the co-creators of the new civilization of Earth. I say, whoa. I hope you understand the gifts they bring you. For they bring you, in a completed, perfected blueprint. Don't you love that you have neighbors in your galaxy that are human? A little more upgraded, but human. And their heart's desire is now to come to you. It sort of blows Marilyn away. I don't know about you.
Zazar has mentioned in the past that when humanity as a whole reaches this place of enlightenment or the fifth dimension, it's going to change the whole of this universe. There were going to be two enlightened human civilizations at the poles of this universe who have gone through amazing experiences. You do not realize what a gift humanity is going to be bringing to the universe. Alcazar described this life on earth here as a human experience / experiment. We are going to bring a gift to the universe when we've moved through this phase. And we too, together, merge into the fifth dimension. And it's those people hearing these words around the world who are on the leading edge, creating an energetic field, an energetic magnet that's going to pull the rest of humanity. And so the new humans are going to come and help us reach that place together.
This is so exciting. I mean, really, I am so glad. Oh, you're so good. He's so good. You know, you don't fool me a bit. I know how high you are. I keep saying to Marilyn, you make sure to tell him all the time. He's magnificent. He's so big. Well, anyway, I digress. So the truth is this. When Earth reaches that point, the light that shines back to the cosmic humans, there is a light explosion across the galaxy. And it causes a ripple wave that's going to go to many civilizations who have been in the dark. And they will turn on like that. Don't have to go through everything you went through, but know everything you went through is worth it. Because when you come out of the dark with such light, it produces a different kind of light. So bright that Earth will look like a star. And it will create an arc, another bridge, to the civilization of the cosmic humans. And humans are so important to this universe that it will cause this ripple event in this galaxy, and then this galaxy will cause a ripple event in other galaxies until lights are going on all over the universe. You can't believe what this is going to look like. I can't wait. You talk about popcorn in the front row, well, that will be us. And we will look out and see this, and what will happen is this, that your universe will be in such light, it will be able to co-create a new universe. Out of what? The seeds of the light from this universe that is going through this amazing, huge change. A universe that has only the lighted way that you have found. This is how profound it is. Don't think about it, because if you start to think about it, you're going to lose it. It is a vibration. And this is all to say today is pretty important. You are pretty important. Those hearing this are pretty important. Because just hearing it, you are already in the vibration of the light. Anyway, I wanted to add a little.
Can you see now why Alcazar's called this an experiment? All is not love and light and joy and bliss out there in the universe. This experiment was to bring together beings, and you've all come from different star families. You were selected, you volunteered, were selected to be here to go through this process of so many lives. You were special before you came here. You understood that there was a great possibility of going down into unconsciousness, disconnecting, not feeling who you were, going through all the ravages of war and suffering that we've had here on the planet. And because you are special, because your intelligence, your divine intelligence was strong enough and deep enough within you that you could go through all that. And you would suffer and feel the pain of self and others, and you would decide to move out of it. You would decide to choose the light. And you have done. And what we have created here on an energetic level beyond the mind is a blueprint for the universe and the chaos that's out there. Yes, there are incredible beings, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, and all the names that you know, but there are others who are not in harmony. And we are bringing a blueprint of how to bring these two polar opposites together as one. And when that connection happens between the cosmic humans and the earth humans on the fifth dimension, this energy that Zazar has just talked about will explode a beautiful, incredible energy of oneness, which will start to draw the conflict out of this very universe. That is why it's so important to move into your heart, lovingly, loving the mind and the way that it's worked in the past, because then that was the way it was needed to, so that you could do what we have done. And now is the time to allow the heart to guide the mind. The reorganization within the brain and beyond, as you start to connect to your superconscious self in a way that you have right now no idea what it's going to be like. Can you feel what we're trying to say? Can you feel what we're doing here together? It's beyond a workshop.
And I have to say, some still say, why go through the darkness? Let me tell you something. This is light technology. When the light reaches a certain level, even in you, it dissolves all that is not needed, which is the dark densities, traumas, personality issues, egoic things. The light reaches a certain level, and you will start living in the light as it itself dissolves. You don't have to tease Marilyn. Forget about this therapy. What is this? For months and months and months and months, you hear the drama. What is this? You better go in and just help them raise their light quotient. And that is not love and light. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. Is to raise your light to the extent that you are filled with it so much that you are downloading this intense light, illuminated elixir that dissolves itself. It dissolves the dark. So what is the purpose of the dark? To have the humans reach a level where they themselves are the ones that move into the light to such a level. They dissolve the dark on their planet. This is what you are doing. And once the dark is dissolved, it starts to not be remembered. Just like you do not remember before you came in, this grand plan for you now. You don't remember it enough because it is so light. You have a lot of dark ports to fill in with all the earth stuff. You are now making light ports to begin to grow your light, and you will grow it to such an extent when you reach your evolved ascended life in this incarnation, you will not remember any parallel life that was dark. Any act you did that was dark, it will be gone because you will be so busy co-creating the light. You say, what is the purpose of all that? Think about it. Once you dissolve all this dark, it is dissolved for your galaxy. There won't be this. It'll ripple effect and all that darkness, and soon your whole universe will be lifted into another light realm. So the dark becomes fuel. The dualities in the third dimension become unity in the fifth dimension. And that is why when you move, people say, why do you have to suffer? It is what the humans chose a long time ago. You became egoic and greedy. You chose those denser things that landed you in lots of densities. What an experiment. And can you get out of that? That's why you're here. And you are moving out of that. And I am telling you, there is a place, and you will experience this now. Today, tomorrow, where you feel such lightness, you will start not to remember your denser issues. You know how some of you go into a new room in the house and you go, what was I coming here for? I see those that have that experience. Partly is the brain circuitry, as he said, is dissolving. Doesn't need to keep track of everything. You think you're losing your memory. But you will have the same experience of going to a place and not remembering there was a trauma there. It will be gone. Gone. And so this lightness of being will create a new light energy particular to humans. This is what the cosmic humans are also bringing in. It's an elixir. Drink it. It's the best thing you're going to have to drink all week. And so when you drink this, it raises your light quotient to a degree that in the light quotient, it has these enzymes of a higher nature that dissolve that which ails you. And you will meet people from your past and you won't remember who they are and you think you can't remember anymore, but it is because it's gone. That is what's happening. It's happening in your soul matrix as well. The higher you're in touch with your higher incarnation and start to merge with their essences, the lowest incarnation is gone. This is light technology. As you move with the light, it dissolves that which is below you that is no longer necessary for the light being you are becoming. This is so important to understand. You are in the process of becoming this light being. And once you dissolve that what ails you, can you imagine that those ailments will no longer be in the brain to even think about? And so you move into a fifth dimension where you are only thinking and feeling the light, which is very complex. Don't think about it. But anyway, when you get there, you'll know it. And so it is a feeling vibration that starts in your heart. Do you realize in your little womb, what makes your brain? The heart is the first organ. And it sends a trail that moves and starts creating your brain. You're finally moving back to where the heart is going to be the creator once again. But the brain took over. And then that thing called the limbic system, I have access to all Marilyn's knowledge. And that little limbic system goes ring, 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 ring with all the stress, gives you all those old bad chemicals. Over with. Once the heart takes the lead. So the light dissolves the dark. Once it's dissolved, by the way, there are other human planets in your galaxy. When Earth humans dissolve the dark, all the darkness in all the human planets that are struggling as well goes. This is how it works. I'm glad you get it with your clapping, because this is how it works. It is hard to believe such incredible things, but you are coming into new realities. You can take it. Do you see how important you are?
A little bit about the duality here.
Yes.
You've lived in duality. You've also lived in an area of free will. You could choose lifetime after lifetime how you would be. And before you jump into the ego of, I am of the light, you have also been carrying the energy of the dark unconsciousness. You have lived both sides. In order to heal or bring the darkness into the light, you've had to live it in order to raise it. So we invite you all now to drop your judgment about what's happening in the world, those who are holding the energy of the dark, because they are holding the duality until you step up and bring in the oneness.